There's Kevin with Gonor Games, here with Forgotten Realms set booster box opening. And this is actually for something we do at our store. I'm actually going to release the videos pretty soon here of the deck text for, I do it on my main channel, the Rogue Deck Builder, for something we do here in the store called Commander League. This is extremely fun. You don't have to worry about Hull Breacher getting banned or having even lots of cards like Hull Breacher in the format. So what we do with Commander League is evolved over time is now we open up an entire set booster box from the latest set. So basically Commander League will exist from one set to the next set. So you get tons of play, like at least 6 weeks plus worth of play. And then how we do it is you start with the entire booster or set booster box of the latest set. You build a commander deck out of it. You can have 2 of each copy when you start, and then after a couple weeks we go down to 1 of each copy. And any product that you open in the store for drafts or sealed, so like pre-release kits and stuff, you can add to your commander deck. So it's a sealed league basically. And what I like so much about it is you're playing like commander without insanely broken cards, and it's actually quite fun. And by the time you're done with your league, you actually have a pretty tuned commander deck. And again, I'll show you the ones that I've built from the Strixhaven. So anyway, no one wants to see me ramble. Stop rambling, Kevin. Just open the booster box. So we're gonna get the set booster box and see my first impressions of this set. So they have updated the list, I believe, for the set. So there are some different list cards in the set booster box. So why we like sets too is because you don't get so many commons. You get a lot more uncommons, and you also do get those slot cards. So it's fun to build commander. So let's just get down to it with these set boosters. First of all, we have to do the Snell test. I'd give it a scale on like 1 to Commander Legends. This would be like a 4, so it's not insanely smelly, stinky. Like, I guess Double Masters was super stinky, but we got the art card here for this one. And we'll just kind of go through these slow at first, and then we'll just kind of speed it up. So Swamp, they added flavor text to the swamps. We have this art concept card. At least these ones look better than the Modern Horizons ones, in my opinion. With the Rime Shield Frost Giant. You come to a river. Man, I got a lot of cards that just talk about making decisions. So come to the river. Evolving Wilds. And Direwolf Prowler. There's a good wolf. The 2-drop wolf is super good. And these kind of like these classes. The Ranger class one's really cool. This one's also not bad because it's 1 mana for no max mana size, and it's a divination for 2, and then a thing to once you get to level 4. So these are kind of nice little mana dumps. Do not underestimate these in limited. I think they're going to be good, very good in draft. We have an Iron Golem, a Chaos Chandler. Man, what I'm noticing is, I don't know if it's picking it up on camera there, but a lot of these cards are damaged on the bottom. Womp Womp. Yeah, this one is too, this entire pack. This one's a little bit off-center too. Earth Cult, an Orb of Dragonkin as our first rare, and the Hand of Vecna as our second rare. So that's what's cool about set boosters. You have a lot of them do have 2 rares in them. So I do think that they are a lot more value than the draft, which is, I kind of like the direction they're going with set. I wish there's a little bit different differentiation between set and draft, but draft is, you know, going forward, they're just really trying to support it for the draft format. So, and then our foil is the Arborea Pegasus, and then we have the Dungeon of the Lost Mine of Phandelver. And it also has a back with a skeleton. So cool, they're double-faced with them, and we'll kind of speed these up as we get going with this. Got a treasure token there. All right, oh, the art cards in front. And I guess I can start sorting these into piles and do it properly here with the commons and or token land, foil. We got the rares there, and then everything else. If we get list cards, we'll throw the list cards there. All right, so we got the foil forest. And then we have the Manticore. So again, it starts with an art card there with the Manticore common. And then a common, Black Dragon. Choose your weapon. A lot of choice cards in this set here. And Brunar Battlehammer. I actually drafted this one on Arena, and this card's insanely good with equipments. So, really cool card. Divine Smite. Targnar, Demon Fang Null. I guess we also should be looking for like legendary creatures here for what we're going to build. So I'm not going to do too much of a deck tech here with what I'm building here, but we have 2 good options already with 2 legendary creatures to work with. And our rare is a Flumph. Flumph. Whenever it's dealt damage, you and target opponent each draw a card, defender flying. So you can make a kind of alliance with someone. Hey, attack into my Flumph. And we'll both draw cards. That's going to be a fun one to build in this Commander League. And then we have the Fireball here. All right, let's get on to the next one. And I'll start speeding it up a little bit here and talk about like good cards here. We got the Plains, the Lonesome Troll, and another Lonesome Troll, a double Lonesome Troll pack, which kind of sucks for Commander League. And oh, another Targnar Demon thing. We don't want two of them. And since this is for League, Horde Robber. You see a guard approach. The Black Staff of Waterdeep. So there's a legendary artifact, I believe, in every color. And you can choose not to untap it, and another non-token artifact creature becomes a 4/4 as long as it remains tapped. So a good way to animate your Inkmoth Nexus or turn it into a 4/4 forever with Infect. And our foil is a Contact Other Plane. All right. And I can't open up packs because I'm special. Here we go. For the third one, get the art card out of the way, get the mountain out of the way, Goblin Javanair. Yeah, I do like the art cards a lot better in this one with that kind of backdrop of the colors. And lots of red in this pack, tons of red, and they all seem to be working with goblins, so that will end up being pretty good with this theme. Set boosters are supposed to have a little bit of theme to them of what cards go in the slots. They're supposed to like match. So now we have another legendary with the Oswald Fiddlebender, which sacrifices an artifact. This is actually pretty cool. I don't know if my pool is going to be deep enough to be able to sacrifice artifacts and get artifacts, but this is definitely a one that's going to be fun to build around. This Oswald Fiddlebender. And then we have a Yuting Fang Blade as the foil. All right, so far so good. This also does work with our equipment strategy, and it does seem like we've got quite a bit of things that work with equipment at the moment here. All right, so we got the Displacer Beast. That one's kind of cool. And then we have another equipment there. That one's good. And get to our rares. There's a Werewolf Pack Leader. This card's super strong and constructed. It's definitely going to be one of the better cards out of the set. This is going to see standard play. Already is seeing play in Stompy. And we have a Skeletal Swarming with a foil rare. So we got the three rare pack with Wish. You may play a card you own from outside the game this turn, which in Commander League that is legal because outside the game is everything in your sideboard that you've opened up. So that's going to be a pretty decent card to play outside the game. All right, so there's our art card, our island. We got the skeletons there. Kind of cool little... I do like these art cards, except I know I've said that with every pack, but they're much better than the ones that came out. The portable hull. No one make jokes about this, nor any alternate art for this portable hull. All right, then we get the check for traps. Again, we're not going to go there. And then we have Zalto Fire Giant Dukes. We have another legendary creature we can deal with. When it is dealt damage, you venture into the dungeon. Kind of cool way if you can deal it damage like a sorcerer, prodigal sorcerer, pinging it every turn. And then our foil. So let's get on to the next pack. We have the Swamp. The Blink Dog. Good old doggo. Double Strike. Good card for equipments. A Dueling Rapier. That's going to be good too. A lot of equipments in this one. And on to our rare to work with. We have an Ochre Jelly. And then a 50 feet of rope for our foil. Okay, so another art card. There's our Swamp. Whoa! That's cool. I didn't even know this was in here. So this is like a cover art. Is that what they're calling these? So we got this Evolving Wilds cover art. That's actual real Magic card there. Let's put this one off to the side. And another Paladin Shield. That's going to be good. It does seem like a lot of our set packs have been red and white. So we've got some good stuff so far. And then we have our rares, the Hive of Eye Tyrant. If you control more than 2 lands, it comes to play tapped. Add a black to your mana pool, and then it becomes a 3/3 with Menace. Not a bad card for constructed. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That is a bomb of a pull for Commander League, a Swiftfoot Boots. Now, I'm so excited about this because the only way you can add cards into this league is if you open them for, League. So Swiftfoot Boots is insane pull. We're going to put that over here. Insane pull for League. I'm happy for that. And it's really working really good with our equipment strategy here. So, obviously, I'm going to build the equipment guy for Red-White. as one of my commanders for sure, and that should be a fun one. What's really good too is it pairs good with Commander Legends, so I'll be opening up some Commander Legends pretty quickly to try to get some of the cards that work well with that pairing. So we get the planes, we have a Genie Windseer, and then we have Warlock class. I really like this card. The Yuan Tai Malison. Can't be blocked as long as it's attacking alone and deals combat damage to a player you venture into a dungeon. That's pretty good for League. Pretty good. And we get a Mythic. So the first legendary Mythic with the Acerak of the Archlich enters the battlefield if you haven't completed Tomb of Annihilation, return it to the owner's hand and venture into the dungeon. Whenever the Acerak, the Archlich, attacks, for each opponent you create a 2/2 black zombie creature token, unless that player sacrifices a creature. So it's a 5/5 for 3, but you do need to complete, but every time you play it, you venture further into the Tomb of Annihilation to try to complete it. So that's kind of cool. I don't know if Mono Black's going to be able to work, but it could definitely go in it. And then we also have another legendary creature with the Nadar Selfless Paladin. Vigilance enters the battlefield or attacks venture into the dungeons. Other creatures you control with a +1 counter as long. Get +1. Don't get a +1 counter. Other creatures you control get +1 as long as you completed a dungeon. That one's going to be fun too. This is going to be a fun little league. Fun little league. I can't wait to play. We actually have enough people to start playing too. We'll have to do it. All right, we got a zombie token here. Let's go here with the art card. We got the planes. We got a nice little Basilisk 1/2 Death Toucher. And a nice plate armor. That's going to be good too. Really good plate armor. And then in Gina Smith too, we have a lot of these good equipment targets here, which is definitely going to go here. We have the Dungeon Descent, so you can venture into a dungeon to tap and untap legendary creature control if you venture into the dungeon, activate as a sorcery. So nice little card. It's going to go in most decks. And we have the Sheshra, Death's Whisper. Enters the battlefield, target creature blocks this turn, and at the beginning of your end step, if the creature died this turn, you may pay 2 life to draw a card. Not a bad commander for colors. Right, right now it doesn't also compete with our white-red cards, so might build. Typically, I like to build as many decks as possible because it gives you variety, and it's all about having fun. Like I said, this commander league's a blast. If you can always PM me or reach out to me of how we actually do it. And I can kind of go through it, and maybe you can actually convince your local game store to run it. Because I won't touch Commander. I think Commander has just gone way too far into the power level. We always joke that 35 cards are basically for lands, and then a good 20 of them are usually the Soul Ring ramp type cards. So you're already at 55 cards, and then it seems like a good 30 cards, no matter what color you're into. You're going to be running the Rhystic Studies, you're going to be running the Smothering Ties, you're going to be running those type of ones that go in your specific color pairing. And by the end of it, even with your brand new commander, you have like 15 cards of slots that are new. So when I build commander, it seems like every commander, regardless of the commander, is just the same 85 cards. And it just got super boring. Anyway, get back to the box opening. We have the Baleful Beholder. Each opponent sacrifices enchantment, and creatures you control gain menace. So another color shifting thing of now black can still make things sacrifice enchantments, huh? I guess that's getting to be a theme with black. And get right down to the good stuff. There's another legendary creature with a Curdle of the Baldur's Gate, which does deals combat damage to a player. That player loses 1 life, mills a card. You gain a life and scry 1. When you attack, you may pay 2. If you do, our creature can't be blocked. Not a bad card to build as a commander for sure. Yeah, some of these ones too, like it'd be very, very tough to build these, to justify building them in a regular commander match. We have another Sheshra. So that one's a little bit redundant. And Forsworn Paladin, Menace, pay 1 life, create a treasure token, pretty good. And target creature gets +2/+0 until end turn. If mana from a treasure is spent, it also gains Death Touch. Nice little 1/1er there. And our flyer. Alright, let's get on to the next pack. We got a Fairy Dragon token. And another island. Now we have the Death's Whisper as far as in the art concept. So we got a foil, a regular, and a art concept. Okay, let's get and another one. Hey, let's just get a playset of them. Power Word Kill, very good removal spell for 2 mana. The Death Priest of Makar, and then we have the Meteor Swarm. Deals 8 damage divided as you choose among X target creatures and or players. So it's kind of cool. For just 3 mana, it deals damage divided as you choose among X target creatures. So wait, you can just do this for 4 and it does 8 damage for 4 mana? Creatures and planeswalkers. Okay, I'm like, that'd be insane if it hits a player. But yeah, not a bad card. And then we have Faradar's Devil's Chosen. Whenever you roll one or more dice, you get chosen, gains flying and menace until end of turn. If any of these results was 10 or higher, you draw a card. Could be fun. We'll see. We have the Zarel, Archduke of Avernus. Wait, that's just an emblem. And we have a Beholder art. That one's kind of cool. I actually like that art concept. And then we have the Celestial Unicorn. And a Great Axe. Armor. Dwarven Champion. Temple of the Dragon Queen. So a lot of good stuff with equipments again. Another good equipment card. Is that the second one? We had 2 of them in there. Well, you can play 2 right now. Yeah, it's funny. You can get 2 of the same common in a pack. We have White. Enters the battlefield tapped, and whenever a creature dealt damage by White this turn dies, create a 2/2. A 2/2. Not a bad card either. All right, next pack. If you think we're halfway through the box, I'll start speeding this up, as we've seen most of these cards now. Okay, and just talk about things that kind of stand out. Circle of Dreams do it. Adds 1 mana for each creature control. Guy's Cradle on a creature. And then we have the Demolich. This one's kind of cool. Costs less for each instant or sorcery spell you've cast this turn. Whenever it attacks, X up to 1 target instant or sorcery card. Copy it, you may cast the copy. And you may cast Demolich from your graveyard by exiling 4 instant or sorcery cards from your graveyard as an additional paying its other cost. Really cool card. This is going to be... I wonder if this can be playable in Standard. Oh, we have a foil one. That is so weird. It's just foil. You can barely make out that foiling on there. But it is a rare. So we have this concept art rare. What a weird card. I don't really think I like them, but that's weird. An adventure for characters levels 11 and 16. Yeah, so it's just the cover art, huh? And we already saw this one, right? Yep, you can tap and untap a legendary creature. Weird. And we have a Apicius Oasis. This is only a second slot card, or have I missed some slot cards? That's really low for set boosters. Hashep Oasis. Yeah, really low for it. Got a Foil Mountain. Another Basilisk. And Death Priest. Sudden Insight. We have the Sphere of Annihilation. So it's kind of like a Ratchet Bomb type card to destroy stuff. And there's a battlefield with X counters on it, and then a being for upkeep, XL. Sphere of Annihilation, all creatures with planeswalkers mana value less than. Pretty good. We got the foil token, or the signature token. Another one of these now in the legendary or the concept art form. Now this is kind of a cool ramp spell plus venture into the dungeon. I like this. I like dungeon map. That's a cool card. And the Froghemoth. This one's cool because it can get quite big. You can gain some life. It does have trample haste 4/4. So another card that might see standard play once like Questing Beast out. They're competing with each other. And we get our first showcase foil. That's a beautiful card there. What does this guy do? The Zerial Archduke of Avernus. Creatures get +1 with 0 in haste. Actually works pretty with equipment. You create a 1/1 red devil token. When it dies, deals 1 damage. You get an emblem at the end of the first combat phase. On your turn, untap creatures you control. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase. So sweet little card there. There's our first little foily with the Zariel Archduke of Avernus. Can't complain about that card. So far, not a bad card box here with the Forgotten Realms. I'm not sure there's a lot of EV in this set, so it might have like kind of the Ikoria effect that people are really disappointed by it. The EV drops super low and then it recovers quite nicely. So we have White Dragon here. And we get to the first rare being Ranger class. I really like this card. Really like this card because once you get up to level 3, you can start casting creatures off the top of your library. So I've been playing it in standard, or at least trying with it now. Cess Unicorn is the... Look at the foiling on this. That really pops on this guy. Ooh, a foily gay unicorn. There we go. And... Alrighty, so next up we have a Mimic on the concept art. So we have the Asmodeus, the Archfiend, another legendary with, if you draw a card, X to the top card of the library face down, draw 7 cards, return all cards exiled with Archfiend to another's hand, and you lose that much life. So Necropotence on a dude. And then, we have another one with the Book of the Vile Darkness. End step, if you lost 2 or more life this turn, you create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. And then you can exile all of them that are associated with this to create an 8/8 zombie god. We have a foil green dragon in the showcase. That one's kind of neat. And a spider token. Spider sits down beside her. Okay, angel. Another Neverwinter Dryad. Dang, that's pretty good. Little ramp card. The portable hole and check for traps right next to each other again, man. Got to be a portable hole and checking for those traps. No comments about that. We have the Minion of the Mighty Menace. Whenever a Mighty attacks with a creature power 6 or greater, you may put a dragon card from your hand on the battlefield tapped and attacking. Kind of cool. And cool, we got another legendary creature we can deal with. We have Minsk, Beloved Ranger. When it enters the battlefield, create Boo, a legendary 1/1 red hamster with trample and haste. And then for X, you can make the base power and toughness of a creature pretty large. Kind of boring. I don't know if I'd want to play that as my commander, though. It does allow you access to Naya colors, though. So I'm certain some players will end up playing it because you have a lot more. It doesn't really compete, too, with my equipment-based strategy. I might see if I build it and then just, run cards that aren't competing with equipments. Okay, so we have Gretchen Titchwillow. Draw a card. You may put a land card in your hand onto the battlefield for 4 mana. That's kind of cool. Would have loved to have that in Jodsy in my last league. Might end up playing that. A lot more equipment stuff. Another Brunar. And our rare is the Mind Flayer. When Mind Flayer enters the battlefield, gain control of target creature as long as you control Mind Flayer. So kind of like a hostage taker type card. Yeah, that's kind of cool concept art. Pixie Guide. Player class, that one's a good one too. And another Planeswalker, we have Elwick, the Tumblestrom. So you venture for +1, you look at top 6 card library and reveal a creature card from one and put in your hand. If it's a legendary, you gain 3 life. Put the rest on the bottom. And when it gets to a -7, they get +2/+2 for each differently named dungeon you've completed. We also have another Cave of the Frost Dragon. And that is a rare as well. Cave of the Frost Dragon becomes a 3/4 dragon creature, and it's a nice little land there. Kind of cool. So we've gotten 3 of those. Only 2 list cards. That's way statistically under, unless like I said, I've missed some. Unless the rest of them are still in the pack. We have the Manticore. Another Manticore. Hema, Pasha Ruin Seeker. Room abilities of dungeon will trigger additional time. Okay, kind of cool. The Rogue class. Hey, whenever a creature deals combat damage to player, X to the top player of that library, you may look at it as long as it remains exiled. Then add creatures of menace, and you may play cards exiled with Rogue class. Kind of cool. And Unexpected Windfall. Owlbear. I think we got all the dragons now. Alright, cool. We got another legendary with Dritz. Do Erden. Double strike. When it enters the battlefield, create a 4/1. And whenever a creature dies, if it had power greater than Dritz, you put a number of +1 counters on Dritz equal to the difference. Nice little Voltron commander. And there's a list card. Get you Chronicler. Little kicker card to return instant sorceries back from your graveyard. Would have loved to have that one in Extus, my last commander deck. Okay. We got the Baldur's Gate guy again. He's got plenty of legendaries to work with. The Wizard's Spellbook. Sorry, I'm out of focus there. And a red dragon and a Tome of Annihilation. Cool, cool. And these are just tokens, right? So I guess you can just, you have the option just to go through any dungeon you want. There's no rule of actually having to have them in the league. Another Neverwinter Dryad. And another Neverwinter Dryad, right in a row. And now we have Callan, the Reclusive Painter. You create a treasure token when it enters the battlefield. Another creature you control enter the battlefield with +1 counter on them for each mana spent from a treasure token. True Polymorph. Target artifact or creature becomes a copy of another target artifact or creature. And we got a foil Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Kind of cool. There's our Boo token to go with our Boo. The Knoll Hunter again. Lots of redundant uncommons for sure in this one. We got the Wizard class. And the Grazlik's Ithered Scholar is another legendary creature. Whenever it becomes blocked, we return it to its owner's hand. Whenever a creature, and whenever one more creature deals combat damage to player, draw a card. That would be an interesting commander to actually run. And speaking of another one, we've already seen this one, but now we have the foil concept art. These actually look really cool in foil. That's a good idea for them because the foil background reminds me of Pokemon. All right, 4 more packs to go. Green Dragon. Prosperous Innkeeper. That card's kind of cool. Treasure Vault. Adds a generic and then you can sacrifice it to create X treasure tokens. So, good way to get some treasures. And I got another list token of the Great Teacher's Decree. Creatures get +2/+1 and rebound. Pretty good in a go wide strategy. There's the Blue Dragon full art. I don't know if we got all of them in these for us. Maybe the green one, white one, red one. All right, another Trelasa Moon Dancer. Whenever you gain life, put a +1 counter on Trelasa and scry 1. Kind of a neat little Voltron commander for sure. So I definitely have some options here. And the Lair of Hydra adds a green and then it turns into an XX. And there's a white dragon. And there we go. Now we're hitting the list cards. We had a Pillage. Destroy an artifact or land. It can't be regenerated. Direwolf Prowler. Lots of plate armors. Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Card is breaking modern right now for Mill. And I see a Garrote Porch. Yeah, see, now we're getting all the list cards. We have the Grimoire of the Dead. Kind of cool. Discard a card, put a study counter, remove 3 study counters, put all creature cards from all graveyards on the battlefield under control. This has been really cool in my Exodus last time because it allowed me to discard cards as well as finally get up to 3 study counters. That's actually, yeah, that's a pretty good, pretty high powerful card in League for sure. So hopefully I can be playing this sucker. Grimoire of the Dead. And last, hopefully not the least, we have a concept version of it. And then we have another Chosen and another concept of the Drizzt and then another dungeon. So all in all, like the ones we have to work with, we had some pretty good, this is a pretty good box here. But we definitely had plenty of legendaries. Brunar, probably gonna end up building Brunar. Seems pretty straightforward to start the league with. Gretchen seems interesting too because it's a good little mana dump and ramping. So this actually seems like a pretty decent commander. You get out on turn 2, you start mana dumping into it, and then you can get up to your bigger creatures. Meats for the color seems okay, but it's good that like if you have a double strike card, you can animate. I'm not sure about our as modest the Archfiend. Those are the 3 that I'm really more excited. Like if I have enough gain life stuff, this one's a good Voltron commander. This one actually seems interesting if I can make a mono blue deck. Camera doesn't want to focus now. But just because the card advantage is super good. And I think those are the ones that I really... the Death Whisper's okay. I get it. It's kind of a card draw. Got plenty of those. Nadar would be kind of fun, but one color I think would be rough. This one actually does seem pretty good too, the Archlich, but again, one color would be rough. That is not a legendary. And other than that, yeah, Oswald would be super fun, but I think Oswald would need to be in a Brunar deck at the moment. So definitely build Brunar and probably like some other ones that don't compete with the colors. And I'll have an update video maybe on this channel or maybe on the Rogue Deck Builder of what I come up with this set booster. And then we'll be adding like the pre-release, anything we run in the pre-release can be added. And pretty soon you have a pretty good Commander deck using only limited products. So again, the goal is you play with stuff that you open at the store, and then it gives more use, more mileage out of your drafts and out of your sets. You can't just buy packs to throw in these. You can if you lose or once per week. But then it just allows eventually by the end of the league, you actually have a pretty good deck, and be looking forward to that video on the Rogue Deck Builder channel of where I ended up with Extus and Jodzi, and I think I built one other one. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. This has been Kevin with Gone Rogue Games. Thanks for watching.